a tantric sex business now, where it's supposed to be like a spiritual experience, and he's supposed to like I don't know if it's like a fuck the demons out of you kind of thing, or like I really don't understand what his mission is.
And whoever goes should just know.
But he's had relations with like 45, 50 plus women under the same guise of like spiritual wholeness or something like that.
Ratchet. Just like that one. I hope that whatever what's his face posted was true and that it wasn't real and it was a joke. But if anyone's like, oh yeah, I went to my priest's house and I don't know, he took off my undies and sniffed them and then touched me a little to clean me of my wholeness, I'm like, well, you stupid. You dumb bitch.
Right?
Kill yourself. You're retarded.
I'm saying, bro, you know how much work I had to put in to get to play like that from bitches and pastors out here doing it for free?
For real.
They just...
We're black.
Oh, shit. That's a great way to come into this conversation. God damn. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of The Dark Hour. As always, I am one of your hosts, Mr. Chinatown.
We got Lord Cokie into his house.
And your boy McDuffie.
As always. If y'all are just tuning in, we were just talking about the actor that used to play Barney now runs, I think it's called a tantric sex business, which I don't know exactly what it means, but from what I was reading, it basically sounds like he will like fuck you wholly. Like I don't understand. Like baby, like that's some real pimp shit to say to somebody. Like, look, I can't explain the whole thing right now. You what's gonna happen? You gonna come over here, bend over this table. I'm gonna fuck you. If you come enough, you get into heaven. Like what kind of shit is that? And what bitches are out here? Look, if you just need dick in your life, it's
a better way.
It's a better way.
And what better way, girls? Like we girls, you know how easy it is for us to get laid. Like guys have to put in a lot of work. Girls, we just gotta doll ourselves up and show up.
Apparently, all I gotta do is open a church that worships sex. Like that's. It seems like it's a lot easier than going to the bar. It costs a lot less money. Matter of fact, you make money because they're tithing to you to fuck. But see, this man just invented reverse pimping. Goddamn.
Reverse pimp.
Barney's a legend.
This is Barney that was like Barney's.
Yeah.
No, like the big ass purple dinosaur Barney.
Oh nah.
Like the dude in the suit there. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Like the clean up.
Oh, you thought Neil Patrick Harris is out here fucking these bitches? Neil Patrick Harris is about as gay as the day is long.
I was thinking he's gay because he played characters like Barney. I forget he's gay.
And even if Neil Patrick Harris was like, hey, I'm here to fuck you and so you can get into heaven. You know how many bitches will line up?
Neil Patrick Harris just walk to a bar and be like, yo, I'm here to smash the hottest bitch. And like 8 bitches line up. And they be like, is it me? Is it me? Is it me?
They'll fight with each other. I'm the hottest. Fuck you. Like, gay guys, if they were to just turn straight or not even, they don't even have to turn straight. Just like, oh, I just want to fuck a bitch. Gay guys could get some pussy. They really could. And like my friend in high school, John D, he's gay as hell. Like super, you could tell, hella flamboyant. And we would walk from like one side of the building to another, and in between we'd have to stop and say hi to like 80 something bitches. Oh, hi Yandi, hi Yandi, hi Yandi, hi. And I'm just like, my nigga, you know how much pussy you're letting walk away? He's like, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just saying. You got mad pussy here waiting. Don't tell me how to feel about your sexual, I'm just saying.
I mean, I feel like that's how they get, like, they have that whole locker room, like, dressing room conversation where, like, they'll help you pick out your lingerie or whatever, and, like, you know they're not judging you kind of thing.
I'll do that, too. I won't judge you. What? Lingerie. I got you.
Yo, open your beer. You sound thirsty as fuck right now.
Yeah, I'll take a drink.
Honestly, like, I've been in the situation, like, twice where it was, like, me and my, like, female friends and then one gay guy. And all of them are like changing in front of them, and I'm like, nah, you either turn around or you leave. And they're like, but he's gay. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, we in middle school, high school. At any point, any of these motherfuckers would be like, just kidding, I'm straight. Like, I don't think so. You turn the fuck around.
Right. People out here changing genders all willy nilly and shit. People be changing sexualities too.
One day you're straight, one day you're gay, you're a boy, you're a girl, you're in an Apache helicopter.
Right.
Can't.
Hottest girl in school is there. Suddenly half the population thinks they're women now. Fucking, she calls it. She's out sick. They're all back in the dude locker room again. Funny how that shit would work.
I had a girl in high school. She claimed she was hella lesbian. Went out with like one of the biggest butch we had in the school. I don't know, we're pregnant. And then pregnant again the following year. And then a third kid 2 years later. I'm just like, whatever happened to being a lesbian? What happened? I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. You can't say you're a lesbian and be pregnant. The fuck? Like, how does that work?
I got a homie that met a chick in high school, and like they were dating, and he swore up and down that yeah, she's a lesbian. She was like, "Yep, I've never been with a guy at all." And I'm like, "What's going on here?" And and he wasn't even trying to defend it. I'm like, "Bro, you looking hella dumb right now. Like, please speak the fuck up." And he was like, "Oh, or no," she said some shit like, "Oh, I hate dick, but he's an exception." And he smiled. Look, don't smile at that shit. What the fuck you smiling for?
Don't smile.
Like, go sit in the corner.
Like,
He's probably feeling hella special, you know. She don't take dick, but my dick, you know.
I will say though, they met when they were like 16. They got 3 kids and they're still together today. So I mean, maybe.
So she ain't lesbian.
Maybe some of you lesbians just need the right dick to change your mind. I don't know. I'm just kidding, by the way. There is no fucking somebody straight before the fucking community gets all over me, all right? I know better. It's a fucking joke. See, I'm gonna get in trouble.
It's a joke.
Y'all know this show is why I could never run for president? Y'all know that the minute I say, like, go running for president, they finna just pull the goddamn tapes.
If you see me, or actually, anybody in our podcast, I think I should say, with the exception of like 1 or 2 people.
Right.
If you're tuning in and you see any one of us in the podcast, it's gonna be a savage ass episode. So if you still getting butthurt over dumb shit we say, then you need to pick another podcast because this one's not for you.
Right.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, like,
Thank you.
Could you imagine trying to run for president and like while you're up in a debate or some shit, they just put episodes of the Dark Hour up where you're just screaming about bitches the whole time? I'd just be like, yo.
They did it to Donald Trump and he still won. Not with a podcast, but with shit he said.
That's true. If he can make grab me by the pussy comments, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want.
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Right.
That makes sense, right?
Not wrong.
That makes sense.
Shit.
He got away with
It makes sense, yeah. I mean,
there is no basement. There's no lowest that you can go. So I guess, fuck it, why not?
There is one thing though, you know how like Facebook gives you like the memories, like shit you wrote or posted, whatever. There was one time, it was a couple months ago, where I'm going down my memories, and there was one thing I posted that I posted and commented like on the same thing that I was like, wow, and I deleted it. I'm like, if this ever came up again, like in the future, I would be so sorry. It was something really fucked up about the gay community. I can't even remember what it was. Or maybe, no, I do remember what it was. I just don't want to say it. That's how fucked up it was.
Right.
It was really fucked up. And I read it and I'm like, wow, I was so close-minded and I deleted it. I was like, I don't want that to ever come up. Right. Thankfully, it was if like someone comments on it and I delete the post, like no one else can like see it anymore. But I'm like, damn, I said that. I was like, wow. And look at me now, bisexual as fuck. And I'm like, delete, let that die. Hopefully that no one screenshotted that.
Yeah, no, I feel like people grow, right? Like you can't, like yes, it's okay that you were ignorant at a time or didn't know certain things at a time, but people grow, they mature, they develop, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For example, and we talked about it before, with the Liam Neeson situation, where he came out of it and was just like, look, I as a person am not racist. And that one time in those 3 weeks where I had this issue, I was indulging a racist behavior. And so I was racist. I am sorry, that was wrong. And it's like, you gotta give room for growth. You still, like, you can't just forgive and forget, but you gotta give room for that. You know what I mean?
But how long ago was this? Because if Liam Neeson did this, I don't remember exactly when it was, but if he did this like a year or 2 ago, fuck that growth bullshit. That does not apply to you.
No,
if it was like years ago, he was like way younger and
you can't grow in a year or two.
He reflect a year or 2. That's fairly recent. Last year went by like that.
His situation was bad because it was at a moment of emotional instability. Like he was not emotionally rational. That's what made his worse. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it was kind of like, okay, you learned, you figured out that you were being a dumb fuck, and you also didn't actually act on it. Okay, you're okay, you know? Even, and I fucking hate to say it, Trump's comments about grabbing by the pussy. If that was the only time in his life where he was doing dumb shit like that. It was like, all right, you were a 24 or 5-year-old playboy acting wild or whatever. It's never okay to sexually assault someone. But the fact that you were in that party state and that you were whatever is a part of the past.
He was about 50 when he said that.
He was about 50? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, actually,
I was trying to give like some kind of ground. What I'm saying is, if that happened when you were like a young 24-year-old, whatever the fuck.
Because that's something a young 24-year-old would say. Okay, not a 50-year-old
If
man.
I'm buku ass rich, I'm running around here $45 million, whatever the fuck, and I'm partying with models and strippers, and they're all like, "Oh, you can grab me." Then like I'm gonna be a party person too, right? But you grow up and you grow out of shit like that. Well, also, as I said, if they're allowing me to, there's a big difference there. Consent is the word, people. Consent is the word. Why are bathing suits? Why is it okay to see a woman in a bathing suit but not in her underwear? Consent. All right, that's the word.
no, not for that one. That thing is just stupid. Because if
I think that's stupid as well.
I don't know why because that would be the same thing. If I walk out in like a bikini and then like I go change them in bra and panties, I wouldn't walk out in front of all of y'all. I don't know why. I don't know why in my head that's not okay. But not for that bad analogy.
Fair, bad analogy. I'm saying in general, consent is what makes the difference in all of these situations.
Yes.
Like the thing about the bathing suit versus underwear thing is people are always like, what's the big deal about a woman being seen in her underwear? They freak out about that, but they don't freak out about bathing suits. When you put on a bathing suit, you expect to be seen. So you're in a state where you're prepared for someone to see you that vulnerable. If you're in your underwear, most likely you're in the middle of changing or getting ready. You're not wanting people to see you, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's why a girl gets freaked out about being seen in her underwear, but not about a bathing suit. Same kind of principle. I don't know. I was trying to make a connection.
You were there.
It makes sense, right?
That makes sense.
It makes sense. You just gotta follow me. My brain works in fucking retarded ways.
I don't know why girls are just retarded. I'm sorry. That's what you. Girls are just like.
Speaking of offensive shit, there goes the R word. What? Twice, 3 times?
Well,
I can't. I'm trying to apologize for offensive shit and using offensive shit in my apology for offensive shit. I can't fucking win for losing. God damn it.
I mean, I don't care. Come at me if you want.
Speaking of offensive shit, y'all know it's been in the news a lot recently. And thank God it's February. We can talk about this month. You know what I'm talking about.
The Jussie thing?
All this blackface bullshit.
Blackface.
Let's talk about blackface for a minute. First of all,
Blackface.
Jinx.
Mr. President, is there ever a situation where it is okay for someone that is, well, anyone really, to wear blackface?
No.
Boom, case closed.
No.
Wrap it up.
All right, from the president
That's
himself.
it.
All right, so
You know what
recap.
kills me?
blackface is never okay.
Right.
And in conclusion, so I think it's retarded how you see nowadays when they're like, oh, like black people get so pissed off when someone does blackface, blah, blah, blah. But in the same thing, like in the same joke, like, you know, we got white chicks and we got Snoop Dogg dressing up white and we have this person and that person.
Dave Chappelle did it.
But the history in blackface
Boom, boom.
is hella racist. It was done to make fun of black people and black features, which, by the way, half y'all light-skinned / white bitches be paying to have our features. Just saying. But, you know, it's the origin of blackface that makes it so fucked up. And white chicks was enjoyed by everyone. And it wasn't, how do I say this? It wasn't even like,
first off, let's make the clear distinction of white chicks. They're actually not wearing quote unquote white face. They're not painting their face with like some kind of.
True.
It's an entire prosthetic mask. Okay, that's different. You go to the store and you wear a mask of someone that happens to be black, like when people wore like Obama.
The Obama mask, yeah.
Mask. That's not in and of itself. That item is not a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're wearing a full mask. Well, second off, white chicks get thrown out of this conversation. Period. Second off, when you're talking about Dave Chappelle doing it, but comedians doing it, right? There is, like you're saying, the history that gets involved where it was racist propaganda, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was this is the same reason why the term porch monkey is so offensive. Why the stereotype about black people eating watermelon is so offensive. because you'd have essentially like this theater that would dress up in blackface and make it seem like black people did nothing but sit on the porch and eat watermelon all day and blah 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 blah, not intelligent, all this kind of stuff. So the history of where blackface comes from and how it was previously used, I compare to a Nazi salute. I don't give a fuck what group you become a part of ever in your fucking life. Ain't no group gonna boldly come out and make the Nazi salute their fucking symbol. Ain't nobody out. You do whatever fucking hand shit you want to, blood scripts, whatever fucking hand symbols you want to throw in the air. Nobody's throwing up a fucking Nazi salute. Not because you are intending it to be used in a racist way, but because the history of how it was used and how it attacked an entire people group just because of how they were born, we shun it. Worldwide. Worldwide. I've met people from Germany that still, to this day, like Hitler jokes is not a joke to them. That's like the worst part of their culture or their history. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you apply the history to it, yes, there's a problem with using blackface in particular because of how it was used. The other one is, like, there is more freedom and it's still inappropriate. Like, I don't want it to just seem like, oh, racism is funny all the time or anything like that. It's not funny. But there is more room for the oppressed to make jokes or make fun of the oppressor, right? Like, that's why it is seen as worse when white people make fun of black people versus vice versa. Because historically speaking, the oppressed is the African American, or the African native, whatever you want to call it, and the oppressor is Caucasian, generally. That's how I understand it, at least. Now, is it always right? Do we probably get away with more racist shit than we should, even on this show? Yeah, probably. We probably pushed the button too far. But again, we don't give a fuck. We do what we want. So I had to fucking do it in that rant. I feel like I got way too deep, so I had to get us out of that level real quick. Quick question though.
Quick answer.
Do y'all now realize why we call this place Studio Sweatshop? It's hot as a bitch in here. Man. Y'all feel this shit?
This got too hot.
It really is not that hot in here.
You are goddamn right.
You used to this shit.
No, because he's not the one like under these fucking light beams right now, getting fucking melted.
Ultralight
shit,
beams
man.
over here.
You know when black that shit holds in light. Come on now.
Quit breaking the fourth wall, man. Get back to work.
God damn.
On the topic of blackface, I'm waiting, cause people have said it in like comments of other people's blackface shit, but no one has yet to drag Robert Downey Jr. for that one movie.
What movie?
Tropic Thunder?
He was in all. Actually, I didn't even know till last year that was Robert Downey Jr. I was when I looked, I was like, really? I looked up, I was like, damn, that is him. And I was like, who thought this was okay? This is not okay. Like, I love Robert Downey Jr. Don't get me wrong, but that was not okay. And I'm mad that no one else said, no nigga in production was like, hey, that's probably not okay. We should like just cast a black guy or something. I don't know. But I'm just like, no one's...
Wait, he was in blackface in this movie?
He was... I'm trying to remember exactly how it went. He was a method actor, so I guess method acting is where you literally like become the character.
You don't break character.
That's how certain people like Heath Ledger allegedly went crazy after playing the Joker, and like Michael B. Jordan went to therapy after playing Killmonger because he had issues trying to separate from the hate and all that.
Okay.
So he's playing a character that is an actor who is a method actor. So he's playing a white guy that's playing a black guy. And it, like, there was a weird, somehow, like, a circle of how the fuck that went down to where the character was just so fucking racially confused. It was bad, but also that wasn't, like, straight up blackface. Like, that was different. There was... The way the costume was done was... I don't know.
Did he paint his face black?
That shit had me laughing.
He had his face painted black, and I'm pretty sure he had, like, fake hair. Like, there you go.
That does not count as blackface.
How...
Put up the picture of Drake.
Wait a fucking minute. That's not a nigga. That's not
Robert Jr., bro.
That's Robert. Can we get a side by side? Can we get that real quick?
Are you kidding me?
That's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that doesn't count as blackface. That counts as a full like costume.
So you're
So
saying
that would fall into the category of what they did with white chicks.
So no.
More,
So
more
you're
so,
saying
yes.
More
More
so
so
than
like what
blackface.
you did with white chicks is what I would consider that.
So you're condoning Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel's thing then too?
I didn't see that one. I did not.
Because
see
they
that
they dressed up just like he did, full fucking face whatever, paint whatever, and then fake hair to appear like natural kinky
one. How long
nappy
ago
hair.
was it?
A couple years ago.
See, when I think of blackface, I think of you being completely white everywhere else, but your
Right.
face is painted
Right.
an extra dark.
Like
color.
you almost put like a black, like just like a
Like a
the way
face
girls
mask.
do like the facial mask. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's almost like you
just
put
like
one of
that
those on.
shitty like cheap black face mask or whatever.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
It was Robert Downey Jr. Yo, who here didn't know that was him in that movie? Like
I didn't know.
I really
I've
think
never
you're,
seen
you
that
like
movie.
missed the
Yeah,
boat
me
or
either.
something.
I mean,
That
I've
movie-
seen parts of it. I didn't see all of it, but I didn't know that was Robert Downey Jr. until like last year, or the year before that. And I was like, that's Robert, no fucking way. And I'm like, who said that was okay? Like, I don't know.
I don't put that under blackface. I put that more under like again with the white chicks where you did the full prosthetic.
I don't know if I
It's
would
not
consider
the-
that
It's not the
blackface.
same way like.
But that picture of Drake.
For example, put up the picture of Drake.
That's
in the story of
blackface.
Adonis, please. We're gonna,
Drake?
We're gonna
Drake!
Oh, you
You
didn't
see
see
this?
this shit?
I didn't
You
see
see what
that.
Pusha
came
T
out?
outed him?
This
No.
came out around the
Afraid
Pusha
to
T-
grow it because your fro wouldn't nap enough.
Ooh.
That
Ooh.
shit. That bar was killing me, bro. I had to play that shit on repeat for a minute just to understand. Like, are you fucking serious, yo?
Yeah, Drizzy disappointed me with that one.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh no, phone, please don't die.
We had a couple comments, by the way. I don't know if y'all have your phones out. but-
I was about to check
nah.
that too. I got 2 lives to pay attention to.
Oh shit, Jess is in here. There you go. So that's Drake.
No way!
This
That's
is
Drake?
This is Drake.
Look at him.
That's Drake.
Bitch, I can't tell.
That's
No,
Drake.
leave it up there for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and shame him for a minute for this.
So that's blackface, complete with his regular skin being the same, extra
any
dark on the
comments.
face,
Must
and
do.
then
Yeah.
painted the lips like real pink.
Yeah, the big lips and all that.
Yeah,
That's making
yeah.
fun of black features right there.
Oh,
That's
I see
inappropriate.
him.
Yeah,
I
and
see
that
that.
is the way that blackface was used historically. That's how people looked wearing blackface. That shit is offensive as fuck. I still wouldn't know how Drake got a pass for that. Because we done went right back to 0 to 100, and, Summer Killers and all that shit. So I didn't know how he got that pass.
Yeah, I don't know either. Because I was just bumping so far gone.
I
No way
feel
over there.
like I can't see any other comments on this shit. I don't know why.
I think the only reason he got that pass was because it was somebody doing it maliciously. Like because Pusha T outed that picture just to hurt him, he got a pass out of like, we won't let a bully, like, you know what I mean? Like,
What?
Yeah.
like because I think people felt bad for Drake when that picture came. I don't even know if it
Felt bad. It's
I
about
don't
to
know if it
say.
felt
Falling
though.
bad.
I'm gonna take
I
that back.
gotta figure out the background. What the fuck? Why was you in this position?
He said he addressed it on Instagram, I think. Do we know where
I don't remember that.
Jessica said she wears her underwear as a bathing suit and y'all don't know? I mean,
So,
As long as
it's
you're
more like we
comfortable,
don't
it
care,
matter.
but you know.
it's like we don't care.
I'm just kidding, Jess. She didn't whoop my ass for that comment. Let me see if I can find where Drake actually addressed that. What's his Instagram? Isn't it like Champagne
Champ-
Poppy or some shit?
Yeah.
By the way, Drake, you owe me for that advertising just now. Don't act like you ain't got it.
Fuck
Pay me.
Drake.
I mean, if you
We
want
already know. No.
to.
I would soon staple my vagina shut.
Ooh.
Oh.
I would say go gay, but I am, so it's
You're already there?
yeah, I'm already there. I don't know what else I can possibly do besides staple it shut.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't find it now. It's probably far enough back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Drake will post 8 different things in the same suit. Bro, we get it.
That's like bitches when they take like 50 fucking pictures on their vacay and then like post one a day. At,
Yeah.
like bitch, we know you went to Miami for her birthday. How amazing that experience
And
was.
the first picture always has the same caption. Take me back.
Take me back.
Take me back. It's 5 hours away, you dumb bitch. Just go.
Right? Exactly. All right, I can't find it, so I'll find that.
Okay.
We'll find those comments later. Oh, wait a minute. We might have something. So production just emailed or messaged us the explanation that Pusha T gave for his blackface, or the explanation that Drake gave for his blackface situation.
And it reads as follows.
I know everyone is curious, is enjoying the circus, but I want to clarify the image in question. This was not from a clothing wear shoot or my music career. This picture is from 2007, a time in my life where I was an actor and I was working on a project that was about young black actors struggling to get roles, being stereotyped and typecast, he wrote. The photos represented how African Americans were once wrongfully portrayed in entertainment.
So instead of pulling up a picture of how it happened, you just decided to do the whole blackface thing. Just because you're mixed, you think it was okay. Like,
I thought you had it with this one, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his explanation gives you enough to have to go look into it, right?
Yeah.
Because what he's saying is black people were having a hard time getting roles because they were typecast, and the types that they made were to look like were that. So he was making a caricature of what the industry thought black people were. I'd have to go look into it. I'd have to go see where that was used.
Excuses.
Trying to make a statement.
Whatever.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And more blackface.
Oh,
there
shit.
was
We're not done?
Nah, there's one more. For me, there's one more.
But wait.
Can we do a cast next week all in blackface?
No.
We can do it all in whiteface.
Oh, absolutely not. Nope. My non-existent political career will not allow it.
He said nope.
Hell no.
There was another one with Lady Gaga. I don't know how long ago it was.
That shit.
And it was her in. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture real quick and send it to put it up. But it was her at some festival. I believe it was in Germany, and she's sitting with people like in the middle of these two guys or girls that are in blackface. And they're saying that Lady Gaga's canceled because they're in blackface and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, look, man, I don't know why anyone is even surprised anymore. Like, at this point, every time, this celebrity did blackface, or this celebrity said this about black people, this hateful tweet. Like, I'm not even fucking surprised. I'm just, are they really going to be canceled? What's the next trending outrage that we're, there you go. He got it.
Oh, nah, oh my goodness.
And this was in a place where the blackface is okay, or it was okay. It's not okay anymore. But like I said, I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna get some people outraged for maybe 2 days and moving on.
Look,
Lady Gaga, still making money.
Lady Gaga fans are out here on that same level as like Chipotle and Chick-fil-A fans. They are just addicts no matter what. Like, Chick-fil-A came out
not Chipotle, Chick-fil-A out of this.
Chick-fil-A came out and basically outright donated to anti-gay causes, and people were just like, damn, that shit sucks though. Like, didn't even give a fuck. I don't know what it is about what you call them, little monsters, but that fan base ain't going nowhere. Gaga has nothing to worry about.
Whatever happens with Chipotle?
What? I'm just saying, like, the fan base is that fanatic where, like, no matter what they do, they don't lose fans.
Chipotle
like,
fans are bad, man.
I remember going to Chipotle.
Give y'all E. coli, and y'all still gonna come back.
I remember getting that article when I was on my way to Chipotle, and they were like, "Yo, in 8 states, there's been an E. coli outbreak at Chipotle." I'm like, they don't even want me to be happy no more, man. Let me get my Chipotle.
So
they ain't give a shit.
You putting dirt on Chipotle, good name. Like, no, they can get y'all sick.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck? It might be
y'all gonna come back.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I will say though that their queso game is still not on point. They still got to get that queso better.
The queso is ass.
It is.
Yeah.
But I thought you liked ass.
That case. Oh.
I'm sorry. God, you lined it up for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Devin. I didn't want to add to it. I'm sorry. Devin, don't shun me.
You walked right into that, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't.
Just to clarify, never have I ever.
But you gonna keep saying that shit, I'm gonna pull fucking tapes on you, I swear.
I'm sorry. I like, you see my face? We need to get that at the clip of the week. Like, I sat there waiting. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Don't you like...
Shit, man. You walk right into that.
I'm moving on.
Go ahead and sit there with the I eat ass face on. Go ahead.
Oh
Because you know better.
I ain't never.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't prove that I did.
Oh, Jesus.
Y'all can put it upside eye.
Unrelated, apparently you can just use presidential power to declare states of emergency to do whatever the fuck you want now. Have y'all heard this shit?
Yeah,
Like,
a little bit.
motherfuckers in Flint still ain't got clean water, but building a goddamn wall is an emergency. Tell me how. Okay.
We got tubs of
Priorities,
mayonnaise
my
running
nigga.
around with AK-47 shooting up schools just because somebody rejected them.
Why do you gotta be tons of mayonnaise? Like, that's so fucked.
Okay.
I wasn't even gonna go on that level.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wrinkly used napkin.
What?
Like, they stale in piece of white bread. The list goes on.
I'm not even getting into all of that. I'm not saying, like, I'm talking about strictly the
for-
presidential power that's being used right now.
That's what
To
I'm saying.
shit on, like,
For immigration, because supposedly immigrants are the one fucking up this country, yet kids are getting shot the fuck up and murdered in cold blood because what? One guy, oh, poor him, he has mental issues. It's okay. I'm sorry you killed 17 people because, you know, your mom didn't love you growing up. Like, no, nigga, like, let's not act like Mexicans are the ones running around here shooting up schools and murdering people left and right in the name of mental instability. Like,
See, and that's the thing. Like minorities, I mean, when they're shooting someone up, it's because you did something wrong. You know what I mean? You stole from them or whatever. You know, you did something to provoke them. All right. These white kids, these kids, they just fucking shoot for no
these
reason.
white kids, or except for that one
They
Cruz
just
kid.
shoot it to shoot. They just like whatever. Oh man,
shoot, I guess.
having a bad day. All right, motherfucker. And, like, you know, it's not okay.
I don't know, man. Like,
This is good.
what's up, one kid, Nicholas Cruz? I don't know what, because his last name is Cruz, so I'm gonna assume his background is
That's the
somewhat
cat
Spanish.
from Parkland, right?
I think so. That was a Parkland dude, right?
I don't know the Parkland
You don't know?
guy's name.
Alright.
I
It might have been Nicholas or Nikolai Cruz, whatever the fuck. But his last name is Cruz, so I'm gonna assume he's either full Spanish or some Spanish. That's the only part or whole Spanish nigga that just kind of went apeshit, and you can kind of tell he's not okay, not 100% up here. But everybody else, still in piece of white bread with their dad or mom's AK-47, and they're like, well, my mom doesn't want to make me a grilled cheese, so fuck this school. Ta 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 ta. And they said, oh, I'm sorry, I have mental issues. Man, slap on the wrist, you're good.
First off, most of them died. Like, most people that shot up schools are not like walking around chilling now. Some of them got mental help or whatever the fuck, and are institutionalized or wherever they're at right now. But most of them do not just make it out like chilling. Not where I was gonna go with that, but I don't even know what the fuck to say. My mic's still feeding back right now. Shit. Anyway, this whole border wall situation, if people don't realize now that there's a problem, we're lost. We're just lost forever because shit. We'll hold it for a minute.
I think. Continue.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna hold it till I can at least get through this point. But the very idea of our government is that there are elected officials that voice the people, right? The representatives that are in the House of Representatives and the senators, right? That's the entire Congress. They make the laws. They decide on like spending budgets and all that stuff, right? Yes, there's an elected president. Being elected president does not give you the right to do whatever the fuck you want, especially because by the state and by the district, we have this Congress in place to stop that shit. To say yes to this, no to that, blah, blah, make decisions. Now I know the Congress is fucked. It's a whole lot of fucking people in Congress doing dumb shit. I'm not just talking about Republicans. Although I do think that even more dangerous than Trump, Mitch McConnell is probably the most dangerous man in America right now because of his power over Congress. But Chuck Schumer is not exactly an angel either. Neither is Nancy Pelosi. None of them are perfect. Don't make me start rattling off all these names in Washington. Trying to keep it to the point. I love my country. Anyway, with that being said, we have a system of checks and balances, and we have representatives that voice the people from their individual states. So all these reps got together and said that the people in my state don't want to fund a border wall for this much money, and then the president literally says, "Fuck you, I'm doing it anyway," by state emergency or whatever it is, state of emergency. If y'all don't realize that is a gross misuse of presidential power, I don't know what the fuck y'all are looking at. Like the state of emergency that I'm remembering actually happening that was legit was when Louisiana got hit by Katrina, and Bush was like declaring a state of emergency to get funds down there immediately. And it was like, you know what? That's when you declare that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been declared since. I'm not saying that was the last time, but that's the kind of shit that you declare that for. Flint would have been a good situation to be like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and clean this up right now. State of emergency, get the money there, clean it up. We didn't do that there.
It's
We
still
didn't do it
dirty.
anywhere else. But you want to declare it to get your wall built.
And I haven't seen.
If Trump supporters don't realize now that this dude is narcissistic and just an asshole, I don't know where else to go.
I tried. I went on Facebook and I'm like, listen, and I'm just trying to educate because I'm no expert in politics, but you don't need a master's in politics to know when someone's fucking up and not doing their job right. So I asked Facebook, hey, my Trump supporting friends, because I have a couple of them on my Facebook, tell me, you still support this guy because you voted or you didn't vote, but you wanted him to win and you support him. Tell me why you still support him. Like, in all this, because this isn't that border shit isn't just affecting like Mexican Spanish people and like minorities. This is money coming out of everybody's pockets. You know, they have to pay for it in taxes, I think it is. I think he's gonna make us pay for it. And I haven't seen videos of like fucking floods and tsunamis of Mexicans coming out and through fucking Texas and shit. Right. So I want to know why you still support him. And shit, if we got some Trump supporters, you know, watching, comment below or whatever. We'll talk about it today or whenever. Or DM me, we'll talk about this. But I just want to know why y'all still support him, because he's making the rich guys richer. This retarded wall could be, you know, avoided and you know, forget that retarded plan if you just get more border patrol, pay people, create the jobs by paying people to patrol the walls or to patrol the border. If there's an area that is, you know, notoriously known for mad people hopping, I guess not even a wall, just build an electric, you know, fence or some shit so when they touch it, just, you know, whatever, they're done. But then again, or the border patrol, dogs, helicopters, this, that. Like, there's so many other things you could do that will put money in American citizens' pocket. But
well,
what do I know? I'm just a traveling drunk.
And the wall would give money to the people building the wall, whatever. That would be all fine and dandy. My problem with it is simply that, like, okay, we voted for you. That was a part of your campaign. Well, not we. Be clear. Real quick.
Like you did what now?
Clear all that shit. Don't you dare soundbite that. The country voted you in, and that was one of the things that you wanted to do. When the country said no, by the country I mean Congress, because they are the voice of the people as the representatives or whatever. When they said we don't want to do it, that should have been the end of it. That's where my problem is. If you voted for him, I don't care that you voted for him. I think you're a little crazy, but you know what? We didn't really have that great of options in that election, so I don't care if you voted for him. If you look at the situation right now and you see no problem with like the precedent that this will set, that's where I see a problem. You see the difference? You see what I'm talking about? Where it's like you're blatantly going above checks and balances, bending the law, and declaring shit that's not real just to get what you want. That's where I can't. Didn't
the whole shutdown come as a result of him like not getting money for the wall?
Yeah, because they wanted him to. He wanted Congress to give him $5.7 billion for it. Congress said, we're not putting that in the budget. We don't have budget to give you almost $6 billion to build a wall. And so he said, fine.
Wasn't Mexico supposed to build the wall?
He said the reason why people were all for the wall, and I think the main reason why he was even elected in the first place, is because he said Mexico will pay for it. Right. Then after he got elected, he said, just kidding, I will pay for it, and Mexico will pay me back. And then recently he said, just kidding, y'all are paying for it because we need this wall. And that's where, you know, the people that didn't vote for him were like, no, nigga, the fuck. And then some of the people that voted for him were like, no, nigga, the fuck. And everybody else is just like, yeah, it's cool here. Take my fucking hard-earned check. Take it. Fuck my mortgage. Just build a fucking wall. I live all the way the fuck up in Maine, but yeah, build a wall. I don't care. Like, I was just flabbergasted. The American citizens What are y'all doing, my mans?
It has just been insane to watch the presidency go from one of the most dignified men that I've ever seen in office to being a reality TV show. How far will he go to get? I was listening to a podcast where in the intro to the podcast, they always have an expert that they're interviewing, right? They sit this guy down to interview him, and I've heard about this. Like news stations everywhere are hating this presidency just because the news of the day can change by fucking tweet. Like they can have an entire 8-hour segment ready to run, and a fucking tweet makes them scrap everything. They fucking hate this shit right now. And that's not about good or bad. That's just the fact that news is created like this. But the expert sat down to do an interview about the wall situation, and like right at the beginning of it, he gets a phone call, and he's like, "Yeah, what? Yeah, okay, I'll be right there." He tells me, "Hey, Michael, sorry, the president just declared a state of emergency about the wall, so I gotta go." And it was like, "Wait, we just had this interview scheduled. What do you?" He was like, "No, like I gotta go write an article about this because he just threatened a state of emergency." When did he threaten it? 5 minutes ago. The fuck? Like it was so surreal on how fast shit happens like that. That shit to me is confusing as fuck, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
But that's still your man, isn't it,
That,
America?
here's my thing. Stop clinging to a mistake just because you made it. You elected him. Cool. You did it. You fucked up. Right? Stop trying to back everything he does, okay? God damn it. All right? I backed everything Obama did because I had no problem with what Obama did. With minor exceptions, I'm sure probably you could find something that I might disagree with. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, there was like one or two things I didn't agree with, but
Here's the other thing. People are always like, "Oh, well, you didn't pay as much attention when Obama was president. You didn't criticize as much when Obama was president." Yeah, because I was confident in the fucking leader I chose. I was confident that I chose somebody with some goddamn sense. Like, if you have a surgeon, you don't really ask 8,000 questions about them because you're confident in your surgeon. If you have a toddler with a knife and a screwdriver, you might get concerned. There's a difference.
fucking Family Guy. When Joe went to go get his new legs. All right, now let me pop in the how-to video. One of my favorite arguments, and I loved it whenever I was having a debate over the government shutdown, and someone hit me with well, Obama shut down I pulled a Cardi B. Yeah, bitch, for healthcare. So your grandma can get her blood pressure checked, and y'all bitches can check your pussy without spending so much money. And I'm just like, yeah, there you go. And it was only shut down for like what? A weekend? 1 week? This last one was like what? Damn, 1 year, a month or two?
Almost, yeah.
I think it was a week and a half.
There you go. And I'm just like, listen, I don't mind the government shutting down for a brief moment if it means that we can all have decent health care, or everyone gets rights, or I don't fucking know. The government gets shut down because the president wants everyone to have one puppy. I don't give a fuck. But if you're gonna fucking shut it down because you want an unnecessary ass wall that's gonna take up mad fucking money, which that can be beaten by $12.
Come on, bro! God damn it!
Party foul.
I gotta take a shot.
Shit.
Well, you're cut off.
Jesus.
Cut off. You don't need this no more.
God damn.
You got us.
It's alright.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
It wasn't me.
Bro, like, I don't know
There's
how.
video footage.
Yeah, we literally have the footage. We have the tapes.
But this like $1 billion wall that's gonna get defeated by a $10 shovel or a $12 ladder. Like, just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard
Like
they
I
were launching
said.
drugs over the wall with bazookas.
There's, what was it? A soldier, I don't know what branch of the military he was in, but they tried to smuggle in like what? 2 pounds of coke via plane?
Really?
American soldiers. Are you gonna tell me that Mexicans are the problem?
I can't wait for the wall to get built, and then like it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Right? Immigration is still the
Yeah.
same. They start bringing in more drugs.
Well,
Yeah.
and a lot of people that are
So
here,
they're creative.
a lot of people that are here are actually on the 21 Savage method, where they come on a visa that expires, they just don't leave. So it's not illegal for them to be here. They
Right.
just overstay their welcome, literally. That's all it is.
Did y'all talk about that last podcast, the 21 Savage shit? I wasn't.
I
here
thought
for
we
that.
hit on it. We might have hit on it.
I think we
I
talked
think we
about it
did.
for a little bit.
I thought so. I was like, this nigga showed no signs of like come on, my fellow brethren, would y'all like some tea and crumpets? Like, never.
Well,
This
he came
nigga,
here when he was like 7, I think, right?
teenager. He was a
Teenager?
teenager. If not,
Right.
if not his early 20s when he got here, right?
Bro, if you know that if you let it show, you're gonna get deported. Like, come on.
True.
Like,
Plus, he's 21 Savage, like, and you dated Amber Rose. You don't think at one point, you don't think you could have hit up Amber Rose and said, hey, baby, since you got more money than me, will you, like, you know, reset my visa? Otherwise, I'll get deported. Like, even though he broke up with her, she's still on his dick. Like, just tell her to do it. She'll do it for you if you really don't want to spend the money.
bro,
I
you're
don't
21
fucking
Savage. You find some young white chick. No, excuse me. Young chick, any chick. Actually, preferably not. You might probably want somebody black just because it helps with your image, right? Because for some reason, in the hip hop culture, marrying a white girl is like a sin or some shit. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Find some young chick that needs some money. Be like, look, marry me. Let me get my visa. And the prenup will write it in that, like, if we get divorced within the first year, you get $2 million. Boom. Get married, get your citizenship. 6 months later, divorce the chick, pay her $2 million, and be done.
Be on your way.
I believe Jay-Z paid his fees so that he could come back over.
Did he really?
Who?
Yes.
What?
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z? What? Where's he from?
Jay-Z has been like fathering the rap game.
Jay-Z
Bro.
do that often.
He's gotten.
Oh, but never mind.
He's
I thought
paid
he
Lil
said-
Wayne's legal fees before.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
did.
I think he got Drake off some, or Drake or
Meek
Meek
Mill.
Mill or somebody.
Meek
Yeah,
Mill.
he got
Meek
off
Mill.
some shit. Yo, like Jay-Z is like taking care of the rap game, and I respect the fuck out of what
Very
Jay-Z is doing.
He also did a cartoon about minstrels, which is also like a form of blackface. So
About what?
What? Oh, no.
The story of OJ. That
OJ.
shit was lit.
Oh.
is that bad?
No.
No. You have to.
Based on the message, no.
Yeah, I think it's the message.
How's
like-
nigga feel, nigga this, nigga still
Yeah,
nigga.
like you still nigga. Like it's still, this is still how they see you. Is what his point was with
Yeah.
that. Like
I'm
they
not
still.
black.
look
You
at
tried
like
it.
this.
You tried
Yeah,
it.
I'm not blocking OJ. Okay, well, this is what you look like. You can be whoever you think you are. This is what you look like to them. That was the point of that video. So Jay-Z absolutely gets that pass.
I feel like, and speaking of
Jay-Z
that,
gives out passes, okay? We can't even criticize whether or
he's
not
the
Jay-Z
one-
gets a pass.
He has all the passes.
You ask him for a pass.
Yeah, right?
Shit.
Speaking of that topic, there was, and I'll use this recent story and then go off from there. There was this football player, what the fuck's his name? Jaleel, I don't know what the fuck I think that was his name. I don't know.
what you're talking about.
I don't pay attention to football or football players for that matter.
You know who you played for?
Huh?
You know who you played for?
No clue. But he was out somewhere with his friends, and like all his other friends were all black male, and I'm talking like as black as you two. And
As us two.
yeah, I'm light skinned as fuck. You don't see this? You don't see
Okay.
that? And all of their, well, if I remember correctly, all of their girls were all white girls. And they went to go toast, and they all said, to light skinned babies. Clink, yay, to light skinned babies. And all took a sip. Here's why.
You already know you're in trouble. I didn't want to hear Cookie go off on this
You
one.
see?
This
You
would get
see
bad.
this? Like, this is why I don't like it, and we'll talk about football players specifically, because most of them, before they make it into like the NFL league or whatever, or just anywhere near famous, they always have their either their light skinned black girl, or like their like ebony black girl, you know, that has
Right.
held him down while he was practicing and blah blah blah, and trying to make his career going. Then as soon as they make it, some shit happens where they just have to go cheat, or they do something where they fuck it up. Black girl gets tired of it and says whatever, fuck off, and then they go marry some white bitch. Now I'm not saying don't date outside your race, because who gives a fuck, you know, that is kind of racist for you to be like, don't date outside your race. But if you gonna go ahead, Jaleel, if that's your name, and go marry Becky and have a kid with Becky, don't sit there and be like, to light skinned babies, because at that point your mother should have swallowed you. Like,
Oh shit.
how you gonna put down black? First of all, why you like put like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not fetishizing. I don't know. Like, you know, just putting light skin, period, like babies, women, whatever, in such a high pedestal. Like, what is so wrong? Nigga, you black. Like, what is so wrong about being black? The oppression that comes with it. Like, you either stick around and fight long enough to, you know, triumph and, you know, thrive, or you become a sellout and become a house nigga and be content with your miserable ass life. Like, That shit be getting me tight on social media. Every time they see like a black man cheats on his black woman or whatever, Kevin Hart, and then they get with some light skinned bitch or some white bitch, and then they're so fucking happy after that. That shit be getting me tight. That gets me pissed off. I can't tell you. I forgot the football player's name, but that should be making me mad. And don't at me.
You all right? You okay?
Yeah.
You through it? Mm-hmm. You mad at Kanye for marrying Kim?
No, fuck Kanye.
Oh,
he a coon.
You're not mad at Kanye?
I was a fan of his music at first, and then after his mom died, that's when shit just kind of. So I'm like, do what you want. Oh, you married Kim? That's gonna go well.
I can't do even front. I'm still a fan of his music.
I'm not really.
Still my favorite artist.
I think the last song he made, and I don't know if it was his song. I think it is his song that he made was Lamborghini Mercy. That was the last song of him that I was like, all right, okay. Which is hilarious because it's about gold diggers and his wife's the biggest one. But
Kim made her own. She made her own money. Okay.
Now
she works hard.
Now
right? You think surviving Ray J is easy?
Now
Kim is the reason they're not in debt anymore because of her whole Kimmoji thing that she did with like selling whatever. selling fucking emojis that were like.
So wait. So hold on. Oh, we getting mad at. So I guess the consensus is we're upset with blacks that make it big and then dump their currents to go and marry like some like Hollywood appropriate red carpet level like white girl, right?
Someone that's already been passed around the industry, yes.
So what are we saying about these two? What you gonna say to those two? Whoa. You know who that is, right?
That's
Devin, point him out. You know who it is? Everybody knows who it is on the right. Who is that on the left, Dev?
Yeah, that's
Scottie. I don't know who it is on the left.
That's Scottie Pippen. That's Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen with two white girls. I don't know who Jordan's married to. I don't know if he is married. I just that's Scottie and Jordan.
I don't even give a fuck about Jordan, to be honest.
Really?
I don't really know their story. Like if my thing is I'm not saying that, let's say, well, first of all, if you were with your black woman for the longest time and you just couldn't stand her guts but you stayed with her anyway, like that's just kind of fucked up. Like if you don't fucking like the bitch, just break up with her. I don't give a fuck.
True.
That's his wife.
How old is she?
No idea.
She look young as fuck. She look like she was waiting for the nigga to die so she just can conduct a check. Kind of like
Jordan ain't going nowhere for a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long time to wait for a check.
But I'm not saying like if it really genuinely does not work out, y'all break up and you just so happen to meet this light-skinned Spanish girl or white girl and it worked out for y'all, that's fine. Do you, boo-boo. But if you are like Kevin Hart, who became famous and then just his head got too big for his own fucking body and decided to go off and cheat and fuck shit up in his relationship and in both his marriages, I think, right? This isn't his third time getting married or second time?
I don't remember.
But like if you just fuck up because you're being an asshole and then you go marry this white bitch and then I don't know, like it's like and then on top of that you put down black women, like, get the fuck out my face. What would your mother say? If she's dead, she'd be rolling in her grave. She's probably in heaven right now saying, God, just put me down. What am I gonna whoop this nigga's ass so quick? Do a little lip thing.
I think they were too quick to assume though that it's in the put down of a black woman, right? Like, love who you love, marry who you marry. Who cares? It doesn't matter, right? But we assume that we see a black guy with a white girl, like Jordan's fiance or whoever that chick was in that picture. She looks like somebody he met after he got famous and just picked up some chick that he thought was hot. That's what it appears to be. If that's who you rolled with from day one, that's fine. If you leave your day one once you make it big to go find some like random chick on the scene or some model or like you want to go be able to cheat whatever you want, you know your girl's not about you cheating, so you go leave her to go do whatever, that makes you a scumbag. Mm-hmm. White, black, Puerto Rican, brown, whatever, Asian, like what's the black girl, white girls, Albanian, whatever the fuck, like whoever it is, doesn't matter who you were with or who you go to leave the people that helped you get there, to find people that only accept you because you are there, it makes you a slime ball, but it's also a very short-lived fantasy. Because the minute that you are not there anymore, those people disappear. MC Hammer effect. When you making money, you making it up. Everybody wants to come party with you. You throwing out money to everybody that wants to come to the party. You're hosting the barbecue. You're buying all the food, buying all the drinks, getting everybody drunk, and people flock to you, and women flock to you. The minute that they don't have the Louboutins, the Versace, the Lambos, the bullshit, they might not be there no more. Doesn't matter if white, black, Puerto Rican, because let's not act like it ain't some black bitches out here gold digging just like every other bitch, all right? I know a whole lot of girls out here, a whole lot of black girls out here trying to gold dig, and a whole lot of white girls out here trying to gold dig.
JB defending the white girl hard.
I ain't defending shit. I'm defending the fact that if you leave your day ones for random shit, it is what it is.
His girlfriend's white.
In case the viewers didn't know.
And?
You just gonna leave that black woman. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right? That must mean I left 5 black women because I dated a white girl. Fuck no. Fuck y'all. I don't give a shit. Like, I date who I want, I fuck who I want. Well, what's the problem? What's the problem?
I am going off topic to talk about it because it just popped in my. There's 2 things I want to talk about before anything else. And one of them is this fuckhead Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Jesus Christ.
This guy.
Now, he has snitched on everybody, so he wouldn't get 47 or 42 years in prison. Which, me personally, I'm not. If you and I plan to go kill someone because you don't like them, and then I did it, and I'm supposed to keep quiet so you don't go down with me, or I come out better and you go down, like whatever. I'm not taking no rap for you. Or if I drove you there and you kill someone, I'm not taking. I'm like, oh, he asked me to drive him to this house. I didn't know he was gonna kill somebody. That's who you want. I will say that right there and there. Like, I'm not about that life. I'm not taking a rap for you. But you wanna be like 6ix9ine and claim you about that life, and claim you a gangster, and claim you from the streets, and you claim all this shit, and then you facing prison time, and you're like, what? I'm going to prison? Well, that guy, he brought me into it, and that one over there, he brought me into it. Yep. Like, either you a gangster from now to the end of time, and you don't snitch, and you stay true to your, your word and your lifestyle, because, he ain't about that life, because there's photos and shit that proves he's never been about that life. The nigga was Mexican, his nice little tux, with his cute little family, and that cute little smile, that winning smile, and now you all of a sudden you a gangster with tattoos, and you got this heavy accent, and you a killer, and you this, you facing prison time, and now all of a sudden, no, I didn't do any of that, sir. Well, he threatened to kill me, and they slept with my baby mama, and this, that, and the other. Yeah, see, his own crew plotted that. See, that's what I mean? Like, I get why he wouldn't want to.
That's the point I was gonna make, because I mean, you a gangster, whatever, you trying to, you're not gonna snitch, whatever. All right, cool. But if these motherfuckers have been doing you wrong this whole time, sleeping with your baby mama, trying to set you up, trying to kidnap you, trying to get you killed,
that's part of the game.
All that shit, man.
That's part of the game.
I'm not protecting y'all if that's the case.
That's part of the game.
If y'all my niggas, you know what I mean, and we all good, whatever, you know what I mean, we go hit a lick, whatever, y'all get off and I don't, I'm not gonna snitch. Y'all my niggas. But when y'all been fucking my baby mama, y'all setting me up, trying to
gave a fuck anyway. He was cheating on her the whole time. Not that he even gave a fuck about her in the first place. I'm just saying, my point is, if you want to be part of the game, if you want to be part of this lifestyle, you want to claim to be gangster, to be blood, to be about that street life, blah, 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 you ride it out the whole fucking way. The whole way, because now he's going to get out, and he thinks everything's going to be chill, everything's going to be peaches and cream. You snitched out on everybody.
Nah, he's supposed to go to witness protection, is what I heard.
That's what I'm saying. That's what kind of game?
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying. You're so gangster, you have to go into witness protection. Like, that's my point. How are you so fucking gangster?
We knew he wasn't gangster. We knew he wasn't gangster.
And I swear to God, the only people hyping that motherfucker up are these like 13-year-old white kids. I swear to fucking God, because I'm like, listen, I'm gonna miscarry if I keep talking about this. I'm just like,
oh shit!
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
I can't. That nigga just salts my apples. I cannot.
Salt my apples.
Salt your apples. On that
That's
note,
the fakest
Well,
nigga.
I am actually like physically like dripping sweat now, so I'm done.
Got me
Alright.
dripping and finesse. I know. Sorry.
This shit has been this has been a weird fucking night. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty fucking weird. I feel like this has been significantly more racist than a lot of our previous episodes. And like saying for us is
Fuck
a
it.
fucking lot. Yeah.
Add me if you want.
I mean, by all means, y'all can add Lord Koki Wow, wherever much y'all want. Say the fuck out my mentions tonight, all right?
Same.
I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm sleepy as fuck. And if you couldn't tell, my allergies are being a real bitch right now.
That's what you get for fucking with them white girls.
Oh dear God, that's it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm out.
Oh my god.